Hi, it's Mary at the Paper Turtle. Excuse me. Welcome to my channel. I know that I have a lot of new subscribers, and I want to welcome all of you and welcome my regular old subscribers back. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the wonderful comments that you have been making on my videos lately. I really do love reading them, and I appreciate all of them, and I appreciate all of you. So welcome and thank you. Today I am going to be doing a craft along with items from my last haul. If you have not seen that haul video yet, go back and take a look at it. It's there. This is kind of something new that I'm trying for this year. I'm going to do my haul video, and then the next video will be me crafting something using the things from my haul video. Now, obviously, I have to throw other things in there too, but I want to try to show you how I use some of the things that you see in the hauls. So I'm going to start by showing you something that I did from the last haul. Not this past one, but the one before. You've already seen that craft along video where I did these journaling cards made from thank you cards that I picked up in that haul. But after I turned the camera off of doing that one, I continued playing and crafting because I was having a lot of fun. And if you remember, in that haul, I had fabric samples from fabric sample books. I don't know if it was drapery or upholstery fabric. I think it's more like drapery fabric because it's a little bit lighter weight. And I wanted to do something with that. So I took the end of them where it has the paper backing. I wish I had one here to show you, and I didn't even think to leave one out here. You know how it has the paper backing on it to tell you what the fabric is and what it's made of and all of that stuff? Well, I cut that part off, and I backed it with another piece of paper, and I made these tags, and I just thought they came out like so nice. If I do say so myself, I really loved them. I loved the process of making them. I actually sewed. You can see the stitching better on this side, which is something fairly new to me because I just recently was able to put my sewing machine out where I can just go over and use it. And that was really nice. That was fun to be able to do that. So this is one thing that I made with those fabric pieces. And because they're already backed, it gives it a nice, you just add this, I just added a piece of dyed paper to it, and it gives it a nice weight for tags. Now, I would say 95% of the things that I use in my crafting is thrifted. Thrifted or gifted. And then the others is from my stash, my scrapbooking stash. I did the same thing with scrapbooking stuff as I do with junk journal stuff. I just buy and hoard. And so I have this stash of stuff that I've had for years and years and years. I do use it. I do scrapbook, but it's good for adding into my junk journaling stuff too. So I don't buy anything new for junk journaling. There's no reason to. So it's good. It's a good hobby because it keeps me, I get to buy things, but not spend tons of money like I did with scrapbooking. I spent a lot of money on scrapbooking stuff back in the day. I don't do that anymore. I don't have the income to do that anymore. So anyway, another thing, you might have seen this in another video, that I used these fabric samples for was this fabric flip. And I used it for the back of the flip. This is one of the samples. And I just thought it was just perfect for this. And then this is just another piece of fabric that I had, and I added some lace, and this was from a thing of trim. It had this and some other pieces. I just cut that out, added a button and some trim, and I think this was from that last haul also. So this is another thing that I came up with to use those fabric samples for. And I really like that. So on to the most recent haul, this past haul. There were these, I've got them right here. I'll show them to you again. You probably saw them, but if you didn't, if you missed it, go back and watch it. These fabric butterflies that are just awesome, awesome, awesome. I've used one, and I will show you how I used it. If I can find it. This is my 2022 journal, and I haven't done anything in here yet, except for this. So I took the butterfly, and I just glued it here onto the page, and I glued the edges of this wing to make a tuck spot. And then this is just a flap. Now I could probably glue this down too and make another tuck spot over here. I might end up doing that, I'm not sure. And then I added a couple of buttons on there. So that's one idea that I came up with to use those. Another idea I came up with that I haven't done, but that I think might be kind of fun, is to use it, I'll just use this as an example, on the spine of a journal. Not this one, this one's too big, but if you put the body of it on the spine and then wrap the wings around, a smaller one would look better, but that might be kind of a cute way to use it too. So I am thinking about those butterflies. So what I'm going to do today, I think that was all I was going to show you. What I'm going to do for the craft along is I'm going to make some tags. I went through what I wanted to use really was the wallpaper from the wallpaper book. So I went through and I picked out a few that kind of caught my eye that I liked. And I'm going to make some tags. Here's one. You should have seen how long it took me to arrange these 3 pieces of paper on this tag to get it just the way that I wanted it. It took me forever. I was so glad I didn't do that on camera. But I think that it came out good. So this is from the wallpapers from the haul. This is from the haul. And this background here and this here is from that book. This book that I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I found something to do with it. So that's from that. This was from my stash and this is from my stash. But keep in mind, things from my stash are all from thrift hauls at some point in time. So I kind of like that. And I just did it. I put the wallpaper onto a tag. And we're going to make another one. Not exactly like this, but we're going to make another tag. And then what I'm going to make is some mini journals. This one, this was just practice to see if it would work. I used the paper that I got in the haul. This paper here on the inside. And then I just used one of the border pieces of the wallpaper to make a journal cover. If I have time, I'll put pages in it and finish this and maybe come up with a way to decorate it a little bit more. But this is just kind of the basics of what I use that wallpaper for. So we're going to do one of these. And what else are we going to do? I wanted to do something for my Outlander journal because I have not done much in that yet. So I was trying to keep that in mind when I was trying to think of what else to do. So I thought I would take this strip of the wallpaper and make a belly band. And I just gathered a few things that I'm going to put on it, and I'm not sure what else. I don't really have too much of a plan, but that's, again, a basic of it. I'm not sure what. And then the last thing, if we get to it, because you know I'm a slow crafter, so I don't know if I'm going to get to everything. I wanted to use one of the photographs that I got. So I chose this photograph. And I want to make, this is from the little paper pad here that I bought. I wanted to make some kind of a pocket. Originally, I was thinking this would be a pocket, and this would go on it as decoration, and then I'd layer, and you know. But then I thought, well, what if I put the picture in another pocket on top of the pocket? So I'm thinking pocket on top of the pocket, and this would go in the pocket. I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit and see exactly how that plays out if we get to it. So those are my projects for today from my haul stuff. So I'm going to start with this tag, and what I am using is this piece of wallpaper, which is the same as this other tag that I use. Once I finished decorating this, I realized, well, you certainly can't see too much of the wallpaper on there. So I thought, okay, let me try again with another tag, a bigger tag, and see if I can see more of the wallpaper. It's still cool though, because it's textured and it does have a cool background, so it's okay. But I did realize that I covered up almost the whole thing of wallpaper. So today I'm going to use this this tag here, and how do I want to do this? I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to glue the tag to the wallpaper and then cut it out. And I think I want this for my back, so I'll glue it this way, right there. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Glue this side. Gluing on the back of the wallpaper, it sticks really nice. Really, really nice. Because the back of the wallpaper has glue in it. And when you attach your glued piece to the glued wallpaper, it's like cement. I mean, you're not getting that thing off. So make sure you put it exactly where you want it to go. So it makes a real nice sturdy tag. It's really, really handy. But I think you also have to be careful when you're working with the wallpaper itself, because if you get it wet, it might get sticky. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I know that the old wallpaper, you had to use wallpaper paste. Newer wallpaper, I don't know if you have to. I don't know. I haven't used wallpaper in ages. I'm looking for my paper towel that I had here that I used to smush. I don't see it. Let me go grab one. Right back. Now, normally when I glue and then have to cut, I try to wait for the glue to dry, but we're not going to wait. And I think with this particular material, we don't really have to wait. I love working with wallpaper. It cuts so easy. And if you get something that's textured like this, it's so nice. I love having textures on my work because it gives you something to touch. You know, everybody likes tactile things. And so this wallpaper is really, really nice for that. I am going to use, this is not anything you're going to find anywhere. I have no idea how old this is. Somebody gave me a long time ago a container, like it's a box, but the inks like slide into slots. And it's got, gosh, I don't know, maybe 20 or so ink pads in it, all different colors. It says that it's permanent waterproof dye-based ink for glossy or porous papers. It's archival. And I've been using it for years. Some of them are kind of dried out, but a lot of them are still good. So I have no idea, like, it's a Whispers brand. I've never heard of it before. So I have no idea how old this is or where it ever came from, but it's got nice colors. So this is going to be just the back of the tag, which is good writing space. And then we will decorate the front of the tag. And I found this in this book. This book actually has, it's got a lot of really cool pictures in it. You know, when I flipped through it, there are things that I can use in here. Some of the sayings are kind of long. So, and some of them are kind of, I don't know. I don't like preachy sayings. And some of them to me are a little bit preachy. It's a book on mindfulness. So it's going to have all that kind of type of stuff in it. And some of them are really good. But some of them I don't know if I would necessarily use. But there's a lot in here. I think I'm going to, if I really concentrate on using it, I think that there's a lot in here that I can use. So that ended up being a pretty good find there. I think that I'm going to fussy cut this a bit. Not super close because it's a little bit detailed, but I don't know. I'll just cut it and then see how it ends up looking. I think I'm going to end up, half of this tree is going to be off the edge of the tag. So I hope you've grabbed something to play with today while we're crafting here. If not, if you're just watching and relaxing, that's great too. That's what I do when I watch videos. I usually watch them like in the early evening before any decent shows come on that I want to watch on TV. And I spend, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half or so watching videos. And I just watch them. I don't craft along at the time or anything. Because, like I said, that's my relaxing time. So I get it if oh, see, that would fit right there perfectly like that. I'm going to do that. But I think I am going to cut it just a little bit closer. So yeah, whether you watch and craft or whether you watch just to relax, that is all good. And you know what I did? I forgot again to grab the watch. I don't know how long I've been yakking already. Oh, okay. Try to keep it to a reasonable amount of time. I know if it's too long, you can just turn it off and come back to it later. And I do that sometimes too. Might have to watch a video in 2 sittings, and that's fine. And I know you're really enthralled watching me fussy cut. I'm sorry. It just occurred to me what I'm doing. Like, not the most exciting crafting going on here right now, is it? Fussy cutting and inking. Oh well. Hey, that's what we do, right? So it is a rainy, dreary, cold day here in Florida today. I know cold by our standards is not the same cold as you northern people, and I get that. I used to live up north. That's why I live in Florida. That's not why I live in Florida, but that's why a lot of people live in Florida. But to us, it's cold. You know, it's probably in the 50s today. And with it raining, that's, you know, that can be bitter. And when you're not used to it and you don't have the right clothes for it, or your house, now with us, our AC and heat wasn't working. We had to have the ductwork redone. And so we've been without heat or AC for a week now. And at first it was okay because, yeah, that's going to look good there, I think. At first it was okay because it was warm. The weather was like, oh, I don't want to do that. The weather was perfect. For a few days, we had our perfect 70s Florida weather. We could open the windows, and the weather was just absolutely wonderful. We didn't have to have any heat or AC or anything on. Then it one day it got up to 80, and it was a little bit warm, but we just turned the fans on and opened the doors, and it was fine. But then it got cold again, and it got really cold. I know that sounded whiny, didn't it? But it did. It was cold, especially at night. I mean, we just threw another blanket on and stuff, but you know, normally if it gets cold, you get up and you put the heat on. Well, we couldn't do that because we didn't have any heat. But they came this morning and fixed it, and it's all good now, and the heat is on, and it's warm. Probably too warm now. Okay, I just saw something. I have this sitting here. This was from the haul, but look at this. Look, look, look. Oh my goodness. Could we be more perfect? I don't think we could if we tried. I have the topper for the tag right here. Look at how many of these ribbons I have. Well, 50 to be exact. This was a thing to make 50. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. To make 50 invitations, I think they were. Oh my goodness, that's perfect. How did we luck out on that? I must have been in a blue frame of mind or something. All right, fix that later. Okay, so that's going to be our topper. All right, but I think I need something else. I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to tear the words and arrange them on here. Do you think I need something else? Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and do the eyelet. Like I did on this one, I put an eyelet in here. So I'm going to do that. And I have to grab my eyelets. And I think I wanted to put one of these blue ones in the other tag, But I punched the hole first, and I made the hole too big. And I was like, well, Mary, that wasn't real smart. I have these. This is like almost like a butterfly shape. Oh, I like that one. I'm going to use that one. I hope I can get that to work. Sometimes the crocodile, I don't like how it squishes the eyelets. So I don't always use it. Sometimes I revert back to the old hammer method. Just because I like how it works on the eyelets better. Okay, so I'm just making a small hole in this one, which probably isn't going to be big enough to put the ribbon through. Oh, didn't think about that. I wonder if I should just do a bigger one. Let me try it. I don't know if that's going to work or if I need a bigger one. That'll work. I can get that through there. Oh yeah, and it'll look good because it'll be scrunched. Okay. Yep, we're using this one. Okay, let's hope that this will work. It all depends on the material of your eyelet. See, it did not, you know what happened? It didn't get through the circle that was already on there. I wonder if I can, but it feels like it's on there okay. I don't think it's going to come off. So we'll leave it. I guess we'll leave it and see. Probably won't even notice it. Okay, so that's going to be there. This is going to be here. These will be on here, but I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe it doesn't need anything else. I'm going to just go with it and see what it looks like, and if I have to somehow redo something, I can always do that. Boy. This is when the little finger daubers come in handy, when you have to get into these tight places. But when all else fails, you just lay it down on the piece of paper and do it like that. That I'm cutting off. Okay. No, I need that. Why do I have all these scissors out here? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to stick well on the wallpaper. It didn't seem to on the other piece. So I'm going to start with this and hope that this sticks better. Sometimes when you have a textured surface like that, the glue sticks don't want to stick real well on them. Come on, glue. I'm like almost at the end of this bottle. I do have another bottle. I had it on my Amazon wish list for Christmas. So hubby bought it for me, and then when I got it, I realized that I had the wrong size on my wish list, and it's just a little bottle. But that's all right. I'll use it, and then the next time I have to buy some, I'll get the bigger bottle. right on there. I hope that's going to stick. What do you think? Is it going to stick? We shall see. Should I wrap it? Nah, I don't like that. What do you think? I like it. Now let's see where we can get the words. I think I'm going to do the quieter. See if I can tear this right. Yeah. The quieter you become, that can maybe be a tiny bit thinner, huh? The more you are able to hear, it's not all going to fit, obviously. The quieter you become, the more, I think I'll do the more you are able to hear. All right, so let's see, the quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. What do you think? Stagger it like that? Is that too much over? Well, like that. Or should it come down further? I could have them all flush. No, I think I like them staggered a little bit. Something like that. And I think that I'm going to, I kind of want to ink those in a different color so that it stands out a little better. I have this weathered wood, but I don't know if it's dark enough. But I can go around it with a Stabilo pen, I think. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Do you see how long it takes me to do something, to make a decision? And this is why it takes me months to make a complete journal, because just one journal card, one tag, takes me an hour. It's kind of ridiculous. And I had this prepared. I had the stuff out and ready to go, and it takes me even longer when I don't even know what I'm doing and I have to go find stuff and gather things. And I think this calls for a butterfly too. Maybe up here. Maybe I shouldn't have put that there. But you know what? I think you're not even going to see it once I have the ribbon on there. You won't be able to tell what it is. So maybe I should get the butterfly and lay it on here first before I glue these down, because I might have to adjust it. So let's do that. Where are my butterflies? I think I had them here. So I have my butterfly folder. The small ones are in here. I probably need to cut a few more because I think my choices are getting smaller and smaller. So I want just something small. Well, that stands out. If I put that on there, does it have to all come down? Which it could. Something like that. Can you see that? I think this is going to be kind of covered by the ribbon, so I'm not real worried about that being like that. I almost kind of wish I hadn't used that, but it's what I was thinking about at the moment. I like that it's not blue, that it stands out a bit. And I don't know about orange. Oh, that orange looks nice though. Here's a smaller one. Oh, I like that. I do like that one. I feel like almost like I need something orange down here. Maybe not a butterfly unless I can find a really small one. I don't know if you can even see what I'm looking at here. That one's too big. I think these are all going to be too big. So then the butterflies become the focal point, and this becomes the background, which I think is okay. Let me see if I have one a little bit smaller. I really would like something smaller than that. Just because it's almost the same size, but yeah, I need to cut more butterflies because that one's smaller. It's a tiny bit smaller. Yeah, my supply here is dwindling. Well, you can see I have a lot, but they're all like bigger. So I need to cut some smaller ones, I think, so that I have a variety of sizes to choose from. I like that one because it's different, but it's not quite as vibrant as that one. What do you think? Oh, I wish you could tell me your opinion. I think I might go with this one. One last look. I think that's it though. And these butterflies here were cut from the cover of a butterfly book. it was, you know, had a glossy cover on it. And when I first cut them out, I was like, I'm probably never going to use these because they're glossy. And here we are. So never think that you won't use something because it's too bright or too shiny or this color or that color or whatever, because you never know. You just really never know what it is that you're going to need for a particular project. And I have found that I have used things that there's no way I ever thought that I would use them. So I have learned if it's usable, I keep it. All right, what do you think about that? I kind of like it. I do. I kind of like that. All right, that's how it's going to go. No, I don't need to ink these. They've already got a little bit of blue behind them because that was the background of the book. Wow. That just grabbed right on there and didn't want to move. So in this particular project, we used a piece of the wallpaper, cutouts from the book, the ribbon from the invitation pack, and the other things were from my stash. But they were also from a haul at some point, except for the brads. The brads I had. Or the, not the brad, the eyelet. Alright, so I think like that. Yep. Do you ever watch somebody's video and they'll put like the words in the wrong order, or they put something upside down and you're sitting there and you're yelling at them and you're saying, wait, that's upside down, that's upside down. It goes the other way, and they don't hear you. And it's like, you're not listening to me. I do that all the time. I'll be yelling at the videos. I watch this person, his name is Taco Stacks, and he's not really I wouldn't say he's a picker, but he's a trash picker is what he is. He goes around and he picks up trash, and he's a scrapper. So he does picks up scrap metal, but he also does the flea markets and sells on eBay. So he gets his stuff from the trash. He goes to auctions. He does storage units, things like that. And so many times I'll see something that, you know, he stops for a pile of trash on the side of the road, and he's picking this and picking that, and I'm yelling, get that, and he doesn't listen to me. It's like, you missed something really good right there. Sometimes I watch people on YouTube and I wish I could just go and do their thing with them. You know, it looks like so much fun. But it's, you know, you have to, if you're going to do those type of things, you have to be prepared to do them. You know what I mean? You can't like decide one day you're going to do a house clean out or something. If you don't have a means to store things, and if you don't have a means to get rid of things all prepared, then You're in for some trouble, I think. All right. I like it so far. Now what I would like to do, I want these words to stand out more, so I'm going to use my this thing. This is an Art Grip Aquarelle. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. This was not something I thrifted. And this, get rid of this ugly thing. This reacts to water. So you've probably, I'm sure you've seen people do this before. I don't know how this is going to work on the wallpaper, but we shall see. So I'm just going to outline the words, and then I'm going to take my water brush and smush it. Make sure there's water on there. And it just kind of like smears the ink a little bit so that it doesn't look like a drawn on line. And you know, the more water you put on it or whatever, the more it'll travel. I just want it very light. I don't want it too smushy or too runny. And I like that. I hope that's going to look all right now that I've done one. So, have you guys watched Barbara at 49 Dragonflies? Oh my goodness. Shout out to Barbara. I absolutely love watching her. Her style is just amazing. And I wish that I had that style. I don't. I don't think that I could do that style if you paid me to. I mean, maybe I could, but the way that she does it, and you know, it's natural for her. That's her style. But it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a little bit grungy, but not too grungy, and it's like, what's that term when something is like natural? It just, I don't know. It works for her really, really well. And I absolutely love watching her create her style, really. And she collages, like, I watch her collage and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. I want it to look like that. And mine doesn't. I mean, first of all, I don't have the same materials and things that she uses. And my style is different. And I think your style a lot of times comes from what you see in things. Like, I tend to see more clean lines. Like, this is about as grungy as I ever get. It's just how I see things, I guess. I don't know. And so because I don't see things the same way, my art, my creations won't come out looking like that. They come out looking like how I see things, which is fine. That's me. That's my style. What you do is you, and it's your style. But you can admire somebody else's style and keep your own, you know. But I'd sure love to try it one time, to try to achieve that look that she gets on her stuff. But I don't even know if I could achieve it. It's just, I love it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I wish I could do it, but it's not what's in me, I guess. I don't know. And it's not that I don't embrace my own style. I do. I mean, this is me. This is my thing. But like I said, you can admire somebody else's style and maintain your own too. Or blend them. You know, take a little bit of somebody else's style and blend it with your own. And, you know, maybe you'll find something. Find a new thing that you really like. And that's what I would like to try to do, is to like blend what she does with what I do and try to come up with something in between that says me. But I haven't been able to do that yet. And I think it's a part of it, like I said, is the things that you are drawn to. Like I'm drawn to color. I use a lot of color in my stuff. I like the brightness. I like light. I like pretty, I guess. And so that's what I'm drawn to, and that goes to not only the actual crafting, but buying the supplies. You know, if you don't have the supplies that are a certain style, then you're not going to be able to recreate that style if you don't have that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of real vintagey stuff. I have some because I do like some vintage. Part of that is because it's hard to find. Even with all my thrifting and everything, it is kind of hard to find. All right, so I like this. I do feel as though it's missing something, and I think what it could use is some stitching. And I would like to do that. I'm not going to do it now because that means I'd be stepping away. Well, I could pause you and come back, I guess. Should I try? Maybe I'll try. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch around here and see how that looks. And I will be right back. I'm going to pause you so that you're not sitting here listening to my sewing machine far, far away. Hold on a second. I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and I cannot believe I sewed that without the threads messing up on me. Usually something will go wrong and I have to rethread the needle and redo everything, and oh gosh, I make a mess of it. But I had to sew it. Oh wow, these scissors are not sharp. I had to sew around it twice because I can't sew straight. Just like I can't cut straight. So I do it twice so that it's a deliberate messy stitching. And I like how it came out. I think it looks really good. So let me put our ribbon in here. Now I'm trying to think, should I think I'll put it in and just tie it. Because I don't know if I'm going to would be able to get you know what I'm going to do though to save on ribbon. Go it all the way out there, I think. Yep. And a better pair of scissors. Oh my goodness. I love it. I think it came out really good. And I don't think it needs anything else. Now again, I covered up most of the wallpaper, but that's all right. I think that you still get the texture of the wallpaper and a little bit of the design on there, and I think it works. I like this one. Okay. I want to do another tag, but I'm not going to do another tag because I have other things I want to do at the moment. I do like how that came out. Okay, now what I want to do is I started this. Let me put some of this stuff away. I started this little journal right here. Not that, this. Out of one of the strips of border from the wallpaper book. And I'm going to do another one to show you how I did this. Not because that's any hard thing to do or anything, but just to show you how I got from the strip of this to this. And then I will finish one of them. I'll put pages in and maybe decorate the cover a little bit more, and we'll see how far we get. And it looks like we're going to run out of time. Oh my gosh. I really wanted to get a lot of this done, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But let's just see. All right, so this is the one that I'm going to use for the cover. And I think that I want... Now, if you do this on, you know, on your own with your own thing, you don't have to make these any particular size. There's no rules. You just do your own thing, whatever you want to do. So like this one might be, well, they're about the same size, pretty close in size. But what I'm doing is I'm going by what's on the picture that's on here and how much of I want on the front of the journal. So this would be the front cover and this would be the back, which is fine. So I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to mark right here where I want to cut the wallpaper. And get my cutter. Use that for something else. And then I'm going to back this. I'm going to use another piece of this paper. Now when I pull this paper out, at first glance it looks like it's all like ivory color, but when I pulled this out to use, it looked to me to be a little bit peachy, which went really well with the outside of this. But if it is peachy, I don't want it to be peachy on this one. But I'm going to go with one of these other papers back here that look like they're a lighter color, maybe not as peachy. Yeah, see, I don't know if you can tell the difference on the camera between this one. See how it's got a little peachy hue, and this is more yellowy hue, which the peachy worked good for this, but I'm going to use this one on here. It goes better, although I wish I had a little more tan. Oh, it's fine, Mary, you're being too picky. Okay. Tell me I'm being too picky. All right, so I'm using this piece of paper as a glue paper, and I'm turning it over because this is getting kind of dirty. But it was a recipe that I had printed out when I made my Christmas cookies, and these cookies, oh my gosh, chocolate mint cookies. These are the absolute best cookies. I'm going to hold this here for a second so you can pause this and do a screenshot and get this recipe. These cookies are so good. They're chocolate cookies, and you put an Andes mint, you melt it on the top of the cookie. Oh my gosh. Best cookies. My husband loves them. I make them every year. That's my my Christmas cookie specialty. That and those peanut blossoms, the peanut butter cookies with the Hershey's Kiss on the top. Those are so good. All right, so I have my wallpaper here. I'm putting glue on it. You can see what I'm doing. I don't need to do a bit play-by-play, do I? No, I don't think so. I don't know. I hope that I can at least get a journal done before I don't know. This is running long, isn't it? I don't know how long I want it to go. Should I do a part 2? I don't know. How interested are you in a part 2? Maybe I'll just wrap it up at some point here and then finish, and then in the next one I'll show you what I did. You know, in the next craft along video, like I did last time, where I showed you the tags that I ended up making. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you would rather see. When I have a long video like this, a long craft along, would you rather, when I run out of time, would you rather I make a really, really long video, which could run into like an hour and a half or something, or would you rather I make two, maybe like 2 45-minute videos, or would you rather I just run it like about an hour and stop and then show you what I did later on? Not doing it on camera, but showing you the results. I don't know which way do you like it? Because I mean, I could sit here all day long crafting with the camera on, but I don't know if you want to watch that long, or if you're even that invested in what I'm doing that you want to see it continue to a second video, or if you got the gist of it and seeing the results afterwards would be enough. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I think maybe with this one, I'm going to just stop and then show you the results afterwards. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure. But that's probably the way this one's going to end up going. So I'm rounding the corners just because I like that look. Now getting this corner rounder through this wallpaper is not always easy. Sometimes I have to trim it up a little bit. Sometimes it works just fine. It's a little bit tougher. There. Then I'm going to just fold. What I should do is probably score it. That might be easier. So this is 7 inches. So I'm going to score it at 3.5. I hope that's going to be halfway. If I score it in the wrong spot, I'm in trouble. Is that halfway? It looks halfway. I think I'm going to just do this. Yeah, that was about 3.5, halfway. Okay. If you don't have a scoreboard, or if you don't want to get up and get your scoreboard, use your cutter. It's got a straight line on it. It's got measuring lines on it. Just use your cutter. Use the end of your bone folder. Use one of these tool things, whatever, to score. And actually the cutters come with a score blade. I don't know what I do with my score blades. I don't have them handy, but if you get a new cutter and it has a score blade, keep it handy and you can just switch it out and score with it. But this is just as easy, and it works just as well as a scoreboard, and except that you have to get your thing even, and which I didn't. I shouldn't have bothered trying to score it. This would have worked just fine. All right. So here is the cover of a very pretty cute journal. I don't really have too much time left. I know I'm hitting on an hour if I'm not already over it. But I did pick out some paper to go in here. At least I don't have to go searching for too much of it. So this paper here is taken from a journal that I took apart. And that is like almost the perfect size. I'll probably have to trim a little bit depending on where it falls in the thingy here. And this one I like also. It's going to be too big, but that's okay. I don't want to put too much paper in here because, isn't this pretty? This is like a pattern, but I'm just going to use it as a journal page. Now I'm going to have to trim some of these, but that's okay. This way. I don't dye paper. I get it from swaps. I just don't. I can't do it. I mean, I can. Anybody can do anything they want. But I just don't, because I tried it once and I didn't like how it came out. And it's a lot of work. And I just said, I don't want to do it. All right, so this was 7, I think it was 7 inches. Yes. So I want this to be 6, and let's do 6 3/4. And the height is about 6 inches. So I'm going to do 5 3/4. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so everything else is going to fit inside of here. So I kind of like this part on it. So I'm going to cut it this way. Let's see. This is the width. So 3 1/2. No. This is the width. This is the height, which is 6 3/4. Oh, so it's wide enough. Wait. No, see, it's a little bit long. I need to take about 1/2 inch off of there. Do a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. And I'll just mark here. Then I don't have to measure. Okay. So get this one, this one. This one will fit. This one is long. Well, like I said, I don't want a lot of pages. So what was that? That was 5 3/4 this way. A little under this way. Yep. All right, let me see how those pages are going to work. There. That one there. That works. I think maybe one more page. So we want 7, a little under 7. Right, a little under. No, wait. Yeah, 6.5. That's the height. This goes this way. Nope, that didn't cut that right. What in the world, Mary? I thought this was 7. 6. I need 5.5. Oh my gosh. You knew that too, didn't you? You were yelling at me. You're saying, hey, that's not right. All right. All right, that's probably about a good size. It's supposed to be like a mini journal. I'm thinking like to put in another journal, you know. So you don't want it to be too big and bulky. I need to trim this down just a little bit, and I'm going to use, I think I'll use this trimmer. I like this trimmer. It works really well. But it's big. It's pretty bulky. Perfect. But it's a nice trimmer. I really like it. Okay. So this is going to be the size of this little mini journal. I'm out of time. I really don't want this to go. I know it's over an hour now, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to continue working. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep filming. If you want to see me filming and making, or if you just want to see me, I guess I will. No, because I think my phone probably needs to be charged, and I'm going to stop for now. Tell me how you want me to do these long craft alongs. And, you know, maybe the next time I'll switch it up and do it however the majority of you tell me that you like to see them. For now, though, I'm going to just say goodbye and thank you very much for watching. I hope you got some ideas about what to do with your thrift hauls, or what I did with my thrift hauls anyway. Really, the only thing we got done was a tag and part of a journal. But that's okay. That's how I craft. I'm slow. It takes me a long time to do something. And I hope you got more done than I did. But we will see you the next time. And yeah, let me know how you want to see these videos. I'm going to continue off camera, and in the next one, I'll show you what I did, I guess. Anyway, we'll see you later, and thanks for watching. Bye.